Gotta hear that shit one more time. Somebody at my door. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the communication station with your boy Schwetzy in the building. Tonight we're talking about a topic that I've been thinking about here lately, as far as just some shit through experiences. You know what I'm saying? That I've noticed. A lot of spiritual teachers these days. You know what I'm saying? They be so-called spiritual teachers, people who just on the internet and really don't actually know anything about spirituality or how to actually apply anything they looking at as far as a broad philosophical point of view. They don't know how to apply it to real life. You get what I'm saying? So I'm speaking about people like that at the moment. A lot of times with these people, what we have is people who are speaking in too broad of a sense. You get what I'm saying? If you would look at these people's audiences, you get what I'm saying? The audiences of the people who are like this. You know what I'm saying? With people who are so-called spiritual nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of fucking just common people who just be watching them for entertainment, or because it's some women who have some type of like pretty factor to her, and she got some titties jiggling, booty shaking type of energies going on, to where, you know what I'm saying, she pretty, so people as far as dudes and shit watch her or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And people be speaking shit in too much of a broad sense. That's the problem with a lot of shit that we're experiencing these days. Shit be getting brought in too much of a broad sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we do need to be able to like cast a wide net type of energy, and be able to come at all groups of people. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, if we're not getting specific on the things that need to be gotten specific about, what's the point of having a wide net and a wide audience? That's basically the concept of blind leading the blind. You get what I'm saying? How Uriel be talking about all the time, blind leading the blind. That's basically the concept of that. When a person casts with a wide net, but at the same time they're not fixating down on points in specificalities and how the shit actually play out in reality and shit like that. That's what we need to pay attention to. So if a person is able to gravitate a very wide, broad audience, we need to pay attention to what the meaning of reasoning for is for that. You get what I'm saying? And at the same time, we need to see exactly what the teachings are if y'all are going to be watching certain people and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Because and if you're not a person who's actually able to take these concepts and test them in real life to actually be a person where your knowledge and whatever you have, as far as you say, is a philosophical point of view, or is something that can be useful to somebody as a wisdom. You get what I'm saying? If it doesn't have a real world application to this shit, then what's the point at the end of the day? You get what I'm saying? And that also lets you know right there, when the knowledge get tested 9 times out of 10, that's where it falls flat. You get what I'm saying? Because these people are attacking it at such a broad rate, they're not getting specific to specific circumstances and situations that occur. You get what I'm saying? That way you can actually hone in on what the true essence of the energy and the character they're trying to represent at the moment is. And that way, whenever you're expressing things out into the real world and in real life and shit like that, you can actually understand these things. You get what I'm saying? So if you following anybody, in the moment that you try to test out their knowledge or some shit like that, or you try to apply it to the real world in some type of way, as far as whether even looking at it in an allegorical sense, it just help you navigate the realm of reality based on mentally and emotionally how you view these things, and what type of space it puts you in, what type of state of being it puts you in by you viewing and observing these things at the moment. You get what I'm saying? That's another thing that we need to pay attention to whenever we go into actually apply this shit. There's many ways it can actually be useful to you. It's not always just some shit that you have to physically attack in that sense, as far as it being a circumstance and situation where you have to outwardly view it like that, and you know what I'm saying, like have to outwardly speak it outside of your mouth and tell somebody about the shit and see if people are going to agree with it or not. You get what I'm saying? That's not in essence what I'm talking about. Majority of what I'm talking about at the moment is the shit that you don't have to come outside your mouth and say. Just shit by you observing it help you navigate the environment correctly. You get what I'm saying? So you're not getting caught up into old and outdated ways of expressing yourself and shit like that, and ways of navigating and shit like that. So if you watching somebody in whatever they talking about, whenever you try to test their knowledge or test whatever they have as far as information that you're getting and trying to navigate the environment better, if it don't work out for you, then that's how you gonna know, and whether it's meant for you or not. Because not everything is meant for everybody. You get what I'm saying? So some person can have a specific way of going about some shit, and it's not going to work for you just based upon your energies, and it might not be the thing for you at the moment. You get what I'm saying? But this is the thing, though. Like what I was breaking down at the beginning of this video, this is what is pertaining to what the title of the video is at the moment. You get what I'm saying? You're just projecting. You get what I'm saying? We got... Hold on, let me breathe for a second. Okay, so we got a lot of people out here talking about this shit. Oh, you just projecting your insecurities onto me. You get what I'm saying? You just mirroring back to yourself how you view yourself or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And yes, that shit do be true in some cases, but what we need to pay attention to is that we're being the person who is on the higher octave side of it, and that's actually day to day doing the shadow work and viewing our shortcomings and shit like that, and shit that we look at as far as incapabilities and stuff like that, and look at spaces where you be doing too much at, or you have like an emotional sensitivity in a certain area, or actually have a certain insecurity in a certain area. You get what I'm saying? So that way, when somebody come outside their mouth and say some shit like this, you actually know whether or not they bullshitting at the moment. Because the trap with this is you can be a person who watched certain spiritual content creators or whatever, or just, I mean, this shit is like kind of common knowledge at this point in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody talking about this shit as far as like projecting insecurity and just certain terminologies that have become more popular in the new way of viewing the world and the new way of thinking in the new world that we in at the moment. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people are fixated on this type of shit as far as you're projecting insecurities, or you get what I'm saying? You're reflecting whatever it is within inside you. And like I said, we need to pay attention and make sure, is it actually us that's doing that, or is this person just super flunked out and they're in like a fucking double mirror right now, viewing themselves through you and bouncing back and forth with themselves in an even deeper, more like double layered, more holistic way than the normal way of just fucking doing it and not having a terminology to put behind it to say that's what's actually going on at the moment, and still yet be self-reflecting whatever issue it is that they have at the moment. They still self-reflecting that onto you by saying that you're the one that's projecting, but meanwhile it's them who's actually projecting, and they're projecting the thought of them projecting onto you. You get what I'm saying? Like it goes deep into that type of aspect. You get what I'm saying? You can have a person who's trapped under multiple layers within this shit, and they're not understanding at the moment that they're actually the one who is projecting their own shit onto you based on assumptions and based on how they're viewing things at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Like this is some shit that I'm going to break down in a further video as well, because it pertained more to another topic that I'm talking about, but it also pertained to this one as well. Just because something appears a certain way does not necessarily mean that it's exactly how something is. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't let people sit here and remix your mind and sit here and have a good way of speaking. And whenever you get the feeling like something's off as far as what they're expressing to you and shit like that, and you feel like it's being backed and supported by some type of emotion that is negative towards you or judgy or whatever it may be at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Or like they don't really love you or some shit like that when it comes down to a relationship. Because if you're not feeling it, you get what I'm saying? Don't get mixed up when a person can speak to you good and make you feel good at the moment by saying, oh no, you know what I'm saying, you just thinking that at the moment. That's not really exactly what's going on. Like, I actually do love you and shit. Meanwhile, they actually are manipulating you and trying to take advantage and shit like that, because it play out like that. And then there's also the people who are just genuine, and their mode of expression might not be acceptable to you at the moment based on whatever emotional flux that you're going through at the moment. You get what I'm saying? And whatever space and state of being, whatever your sensitivities are at the moment and shit like that, as far as how somebody might verbally say some shit to you and it might come across and get completely misconstrued based upon the emotion that they were trying to convey at the moment. You get what I'm saying? It might be a person trying their hardest to come at you with genuine love and respect and shit like that, and thinking of ways to formulate a sentence to come towards you and present it to you in a way that is satisfactory. You get what I'm saying? But due to whatever they're showing at the moment, it might not be the easiest for you to understand what emotional space or where they're coming from at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Not everybody like wears their emotion on their sleeve and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Some people are like very stoic or very serious with certain things, and or just very like playful and shit like that about certain things, but really they be, you know what I'm saying, they be serious. So what we gotta pay attention to is how you feel about it. But beyond that, you need to do the shadow work to have the mental and emotional clarity to actually be able to tap into your intuition and see who is actually trying to fuck you over at the moment and who is actually being genuine with you, and just based upon having a skewed expression. You get what I'm saying? And you not being able to see that at the moment, as far as where they're at emotionally and where they're coming from and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So don't be like quick to throw somebody away or give up on somebody or start doing weird shit towards them just because you are assuming that they're in a certain space. You get what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, the people who are just being like enigmatic and misunderstood at the moment, you get what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, these people are actually gonna are gonna be willing to explain the emotion behind it and how they feel about the situation, and try to like reiterate things in a way that you'll understand. A lot of times, like, you know what I'm saying, if they genuinely fuck with you like that, a lot of times a person who's like this is gonna be willing to actually share with you more information and give you more context behind what's actually fueling them to feel that way and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to tell when somebody's being genuine with you or not. You know what I'm saying? All of us can tell when somebody bullshitting. For the most part, anyways. I see people eating up bullshit all the time. You get what I'm saying? But I think people kind of like that shit nowadays. You get what I'm saying? Like I think people kind of like just being fed with bullshit sometimes and shit like that. You know, just depends on who you are, I guess, and what environment you know came from and shit like that. But yeah, don't be stuck in the loop of thinking that everybody just projecting their insecurities onto you based upon how you viewing them at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Because you might be viewing them through a lens of trauma. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time that's what this character be, how this character be playing out, as far as what gets expressed and shit like that, and how people are viewing the situation. A lot of times it comes from a person who has a lot of heavy emotional traumas and shit like that. So they viewing it through that lens. And it's basically like they haven't like caught up to the present moment. It's basically a person who's still living in the past. You get what I'm saying? Oh shit. So a person is still reminiscent on the past and viewing past mistakes and past people who have fucked them over, that was able to have the gift of gab or present and maintain some type of image in a way, as far as it might be similar to what your expression is, based upon their ability to manipulate so well and be you know what I'm saying, build an image for themselves and be seen a certain way. Get what I'm saying? So certain people are really good at at manipulating and being seen a certain way, and then they'll come and fucking then they'll come and really lay the fucking lay the real devious shit onto you, and you see it at the end type of shit. And that's why, because you was still caught up in the past, so you always going to catch the tail end of the situation. You get what I'm saying? You're not in the present moment and just viewing an experience as an experience at the end of the day, with no type of emotional baggage and shit like that onto it and shit. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people be this is another thing. People be talking about this law of detachment and shit like that, and not even getting that they gotta let go of certain fucking emotional states of being, ways of viewing the world, and certain mentalities and shit, and certain thoughts that just ain't working no more. You get what I'm saying? And they gotta transmute that shit and replace that shit entirely. You get what I'm saying? But we've got videos on that and shit. I'm not gonna get into breaking that shit down. But yeah, don't be a person who viewing shit through a bunch of past traumas and think that you being smart because you heard so and so on TikTok or on fucking YouTube talking about this and that, and now you think that you a genius, and meanwhile you just being a narc, thinking that you know what I'm saying, you telling everybody that they projecting their insecurities onto you. Meanwhile, you get what I'm saying, you might even be speaking to a person who been into shit like this way longer than you, and they look at you like you fucking retarded whenever you come and express some shit like you projecting insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Because meanwhile they're sitting back like, man, I know I've spent years fucking working on this shit and peeping game of myself and my own expression to make sure I'm not doing shit like this whenever situations occur. You get what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Whenever you're expressing certain things, you just make yourself look foolish in certain scenarios because you never know what a person's into. You get what I'm saying? You come across somebody like me who done been into this shit for years and shit like that, and you come around me talking about some fucking, oh, you projecting your insecurities on me. You get what I'm saying? I might not even say nothing to you, but I'm gonna look at you like the dumbest motherfucker ever for forever, probably. You get what I'm saying? And there's no way to really come back from that. In my eyes, I don't think you can have a healthy relationship with somebody who thinking they smart just based on the content that they've been into and shit like that on the internet. Meanwhile, they just basing all their all the shit that they talking about as far as you projecting insecurities on assumptions, and they thinking that you viewing a situation that way, and they thinking that they can figure out what you thinking at the moment and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? But you just look dumb for real. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't fuck with that shit. So I'm gonna this is gonna be a part of like a series. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna start breaking down all these fucking words and terminologies, because you know what I'm saying? I've been like, I don't know why I've been into like sayings and adages and shit like that here lately, like these past few months. You get what I'm saying? I just be thinking about random terminologies that they've been coming up with for you know what I'm saying, for new people to interact with in a fucking really retarded, narky ass type of manner. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been observing that shit for a minute. So I'm gonna have like a series breaking down certain fucking adages and shit, and certain sayings. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like for some reason I just feel like I'm the first person who came up with a saying. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm the first person who ever came up with a saying. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like back in those times, bro, people like, I even thought it was retarded then. You get what I'm saying? Like I just came up with some fucking wordplay on some shit, and then people are like, "Oh my god," you get what I'm saying? Like, whoa. And then everybody just starts saying that shit, and even then I thought that shit was retarded or something. I don't know. That could just be me being flunked out and being in my imagination or some shit. You get what I'm saying? So we can acknowledge that side of it. You get what I'm saying? But that's just how I've been feeling lately. So yeah, don't be the actual person who is playing out the character of projecting insecurities, meanwhile sitting here trying to tell everybody else that they're projecting their insecurities onto you. You get what I'm saying? Because if you a person who is like this and is always into this shit of talking about how people are projecting insecurities and shit like that, 9 times out of 10, people ain't got those same insecurities that you got. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times people ain't got those same insecurities. So you thinking that you can jump in everybody's mind and just determine what a person is thinking all the time is a fucking waste of your time anyways. You get what I'm saying? You wasting your energy on some shit that could be utilized for something way more beneficial and shit like that. You get what I mean? So we gotta replace these spaces within us and these characters that have been provided for us as far as childhood upbringing, societal characters that we can play out, and we've begun to self-identify with because it's all that we've known since we've grown here on this earth and shit like that, instead of utilizing these things and allowing them to be detriment continuously and not being blockages and shit like that, and that shit's serving out as like problems and fucking learning moments and shit like that. Why don't we just replace these spaces with shit that's more you know what I'm saying, like more worthy as like a energetic investment. You get what I'm saying? Because think about it. I mean, y'all fucking be wasting money all the time anyways. I mean, I know I do. Don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just be buying dumb shit. Like I'm fucking fat low key. Like I be telling people all the time I'm an undercover fat kid. So I know how I go when it comes to fucking wasting energy and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Nowadays shit's changed a little bit. So You know what I'm saying? These spaces need to be utilized instead of them being things that are draining you from other creative spaces and shit like that, where you got other shit going on as far as you know, aspirations and shit like that. Shit that, you know what I'm saying? Shit we all be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? All of us be thinking about how we can make our situation better and shit like that. And everybody got something that they would rather be doing rather than fucking working a 9 to 5 or whatever it is, unless you just somebody who you know, anytime you got some free time, you rather just lay around and shit like that. You know, that's your own prerogative though. You know what I'm saying? So all of us got these spaces where you know what I'm saying, things go with more ease and shit is more preferred in that type of manner and shit like that. It's just all about setting things up so that you can actually play that shit out. You get what I'm saying? Instead of sitting here thinking about the shit all day. But yeah, we done with this shit. Y'all take it easy. We out of here. Communication station, Sweaty out.